Greetings, this is Professor Tom Wolf, and this is overview of week 2 of Computer Programming 1. So last week we got oriented to how the course would work. We looked at Blackboard, we looked at our labs and how to log in. We talked about the basic machine architecture behind programming that leads to the top-down execution idea. We looked at two ways of describing programs, flowcharts and pseudocode, and we wrote some simple programs in each of those ways. And then we did some more simple programs with our first group lab. So this week we're going to extend our knowledge a bit more. We're going to look at conditional or branching structures, and we're also going to extend our pseudocode. So we're going to make the pseudocode a little bit more formal. You'll see that it'll start with class and end class, and then it'll have main and return, and that's going to move it a little closer to the Java structure. So we'll go over that first thing. Then we'll look at conditional processing with if then else. We'll start to pick up a little bit about variables and what sort of typing we might do. And then we'll write some more programs to practice our knowledge with our group for the lab. So again, learning outcomes, understand the extensions to the pseudocode, and how to use these logical structures. And then also we're going to start talking about how we approach writing programs and solving problems with them. So the basic idea is we want to take a task and break it down into a series of ordered statements that will solve it. And as our ability to do that is really going to be our ability to program. The syntax is really a lot less important than this logic. Okay, I need to understand what variables are. We'll talk about how to declare and assign them. We'll talk a little bit about typing. This week we don't have a lot of resources. We just have the PowerPoints from the PLM textbook that we're using. We'll use those for about the first 3 weeks of the class, then we'll start using the Big Java Late Objects volume. I don't have any PowerPoint presentations, and there are no external tutorials. However, I do have 3 instructor videos that show you the if-then structure, the if-then-else, and the cascaded if, which is a complex multi-selector structure that we'll look at the end of the week. For the hands-on, again, you're going to do Lab 2. You're going to write 3 or 4 programs in pseudocode that use this new if-then and if-then-else. Again, working with your group, it's very important that you look at each program and really be sure that you can solve it on your own. So the idea is for the group to help and talk and understand, but you have to be careful and make sure you're getting what you need to get out of the group work. Okay, I hope you have a good week, and we should continue to enjoy learning to program.